Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Hope you guys are doing well. This series on Python is gonna come to an end soon because we've only got around 4 topics left until we're done. In this video we'll be going over dictionaries and how we could be using them. The last one we went over loops. We might be using loops here a bit for like a mini project, but it'll be mainly focused on dictionaries. So if you do find this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and like because it will help me out. And if you got any questions, comment down below. Dictionaries are a neat little bit of code in Python, and another name for it is hash table. But usually we use hash tables in C# or any C languages. But so basically, dictionaries. Let's think of what a dictionary is in English or any other language. So in a dictionary is a book that holds meaning. So let's say we have a word and this word has a description linked to it. So that's literally what a dictionary is. A dictionary has a word and it has something linked to it, and usually that something is a description or a definition. And in Python, a dictionary has a value and it has a key linked to it. So it's something like a variable where we have a value, a key, and the value is below. But what's neat about a dictionary is that we can store groups of data and we can store loads of data and easily manipulate with them. So we can delete them easily, we can add, we can remove, and we can update. So that's nice. So let's start making some dictionaries. So how we start making a dictionary is we give it a name. So I'm gonna give it a name of race. So we're gonna make a dictionary about the placements in a race and be equal, and then we'll do two curly brackets, whether you call them squiggly or curly. So we need two curly brackets, and this is where we store the definitions inside the content inside the dictionaries. So this is where we store the key and the value. But for now, let's print this race, see what happens. Print it, and it gives us an empty dictionary because we haven't added anything here. So let's add something. So we could do it two ways. We can hard code here, or we can tell race to add something outside of the dictionary. First of all, we'll hard code it. So how a dictionary works is we need to give you a value, or a key and a value, and we need to link that key to a value. So we'll give the name Jim and the value of well, we could do a string first. So let me show you something. So this is a value. I mean, this is a key. I mean, on the left is always a key, and this is a colon that separates the key from the value, and this is the value. And the key can be a string, a boolean, a float, or an integer, and same goes for the value. So this could be the string first, or you can just be the number 1. We can't do like that because that is in the integer, but we can just do it like that. So for my example, I'll just do it like this. And if we were to add another item to the dictionary, we will have to separate with a colon, I mean a comma. So there's a comma here, and what we'll have to do is now we can create another key, and let's say this key was Jack and he was second. So now we've created two items inside the dictionary. The first item has a key and a value, and the second item has a key and a value. So now we've got a dictionary consisting of strings, and let's print this down. Let's see what happens. Let's clear this print now one more time. So now it's giving us this. So it says Jim first, Jack second. So now and we basically got a database of names, and we can pull out that database whenever we want, and we can edit it, we can change it, and we can update it. This is really important because we can do things like CRUD, create, update, no, create, read, update, and delete. This is why it's powerful, because we can always create a new item, and we can always read each item. I'll show you how we could create an item, then I'll show you how we can read them, and I'll show you how to update and delete. So that's one way we can create items. We can manually hard code it, but there's another way we can do it. So outside of the dictionary, what we can do is we can call race again, but now we need to give it a key. So we need to give it a key, and how we give it a key is after race we do a square bracket. So we're specifically telling this this dictionary to create key, and what we'll do now is basically create a key called Joe, I guess. And now we've created a key, but now we need to give this key a value, and how we can give a value is by doing equals, and then we do a value of third. So let's print this. So how this is working, first of all, is looking at this dictionary race, and it's looking for the key Joe, and if you can't find a key Joe, it'll create a key Joe and it'll set it to third. But if you can't find a key Joe, then it'll update the value to the third. So if we did Jack here, it won't create a new Jack, it'll just change this Jack into third. But if we do Joe, it'll create a new Joe because a Joe doesn't exist here. So let's run this, and now we have Jim, Jack, Joe, and we have a colon, a comma separating these values, so we don't really need to add a comma automatically. So this is how you would create new items in a dictionary. This is one way, and this is another way. You can obviously have some inputs, so let's have it where we have name equals input, enter name, and with the title capitalizes the first letter of every word, and then we replace equals input, enter place, and then pretty sure that's how you spell it. So enter placement, and we can do dot upper here. So this will uppercase every single character of the thing. So instead of Joe, we can substitute that out for name, and instead of placement, we can substitute that out for place. So let's try this. We enter a name, so we do, instead of Joe, we do Jill, and we'll do third. And now we can see Jill has been added to the dictionary. So dictionaries are really powerful for easily creating items, and I touched upon how to update it. I'll explain how we can read out from the dictionary. I'm just going to delete these two. I'll comment this quickly. Change this to Joe. Change this to third. So first of all, the most easiest way to read a dictionary is literally just printing out that dictionary. We don't need to do any sort of brackets or square brackets. We can just print dictionary, the race dictionary, and it gives out a dictionary. But let's say if we want a specific value from the dictionary, what we'll have to do is do square brackets, and then we can't do indexes here. We can't do 0, 1, 2. So let's try 0. And it says key arrow 0 because there's no index here that is there's no key here that is referring to 0. So what we'll have to do is we have to implicitly tell Python to look for a certain key. So our key will be Jim, and it will return first. And let's say if there was a key there that doesn't exist, so we'll do Joe. It doesn't exist, and just say Joe is not a key. So let's do Jack again, and it'll give us second. I don't think you can get the there is a way to get the key from the value, but I'm not sure how you do that, so let me try. So if we do second, yeah, second won't work because second is just a value, not a key. So we can do it like this way too. We can do it where we do race.get rather than the square brackets. So race.get Jim, and it'll give us that. I'm not sure if this works either. Yeah. So instead of giving us an error if it doesn't exist, it gives us the value none, saying there's no first here. So if we do Joe again, it'll give us none since there's no Joe in the dictionary. So that .get might be more useful if you want to catch for errors, but it's way more easier to look at to use square brackets and doing it like that way, and we get first. So we've seen how we create and we've seen how we can read out of a dictionary. We need to check how we can update. So I'm gonna have it where we print the dictionary race again and uncomment this. Let's just there you are. We've got the 3 names, but what if we want Jim to be second and Jack to be first? So what we'll have to do there is we want to change the key Jim, so we want to call Jim, and since Jim already exists in this dictionary, it won't create a new Jim, so I'll just update this Jim, and we want to change it to second, and we want to change Jack to first, so we do first, and we don't really need to change Joe, so we'll run this and we'll get oh yeah, we need to create a Joe, so race equals Joe equals third. So now we're gonna get the 3 values: Jim, Jack, Joe. However, the placements are gonna get muddled up. There's a function where you can sort the race with by the value, but I won't be doing that right now. So we've seen how we can update it, and updating is similar to creating in terms of calling and a key from the dictionary, and if that key doesn't exist, we create a new key, and if it does exist, what we do is we update the already existing exist to whoever we decided to. So how do we delete an item from the dictionary? So let's say if we want to delete Joe, we do race dot, pretty sure it was if you look at these somewhere here, oh wait, hold up, it was Del race, and then we do Joe. I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. And there you are. So we've deleted the what we've done now is we've deleted Joe from the dictionary, and it's totally gone. I think if you put in a variable deleted equals that, let's run this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So once we delete the I'm from the dictionary, we can't ever get that I'm back unless we create another Joe inside the dictionary. So we won't be able to get that I'm back. So it shows really how we can use a dictionary to create, read, update, and delete items from the dictionary. So dictionaries are really powerful. I want to go over one last thing, and it's the different type of data, different type of data types we can put inside the dictionary. So let's do, instead of races, we do laptops, and we equal to that. We'll make that equal to so we'll get the first laptop. I'll do my laptop first, so XPS 13, and how we bundle up. So what's powerful with dictionaries, we can also bundle up a key with a value. So we can bundle it up with a list or a tuple, but we'll use a list for now. And so we can give this a value. So we can do i5. We can do it with 8 GB RAM, whatnot. And let's say if you want to call this race, well, print this dictionary. Yeah, it's not race anymore, it's laptops. And we get the Dell XPS 13, and we can get each of the specs. So let's call the Dell XPS 13. And now we get the list, and what we can do now is we can do another bracket. I will show this before, but we can do another bracket. So basically what's happening here is we're bracketing, we're trying to get the value from the Dell XPS, and from the Dell XPS we want the index. So let's say if we want the RAM, we'll do number 1, so we get the index and we get 8 GB of RAM. So that's a neat way of getting more details in the indexing. So it's one way we can do it, and that's pretty much it. We can add another computer in if you want. So we'll do something like Lenovo ThinkPad, and we can do, let's do something like i7, 5 of RAM, 1 TB of HDD. And what we can do is just print out price laptops for now and get all the items. And let's see if we want Lenovo ThinkPad. We get each and every single detail. We can obviously add more details like the battery life or stuff like graphics card, but for now we'll keep it simple with 3 items. So I'm gonna create a mini project to do, and it'll include things loops. So what I want you to do is, I'm gonna only keep this del XPS is to ask the user how many laptops to enter, and then what we need to do is loop that many times, and each time we loop we basically want it so uh, we we uh, we add a new laptop with specs. So we need to, outside the loop we need to ask how many laptops they want to enter, so into the dictionary database, and then we loop that many times. So we need to use a loop and add a new laptop with specs. So a new laptop with so basically, let's say if on the first loop they want to add the Lenovo ThinkPad, we need to add it to the specs. So hopefully you can get this. I'll give you 5 seconds. Make sure to pause the video and hopefully you've got the answer. I'll code this out right now so you can match it up. So first of all, we need to ask the user how the amount of laptops they want to add. So do amount equals input amount of laptops. So you have to make sure this is an int, because we'll be using this amount in a loop, so we don't want it, we have to make sure it's not a string. So we'll do from here for I in range amount. I don't know why I did double M here too. So what we do here was we'll just ask the user the name equals input to, and then we'll do the specs. So CPU equals, we'll just copy and paste this. Um, so we've got all the values we need, and what we can do here is call laptops and then do name, and we need to make it equal to a list, remember, because we're putting this in a list, and the first value will be CPU, the second value will be RAM, and the third value will be storage. And then what we'll do outside the loop, we'll print the dictionary, and resume this. So the amount of laptops, let's just do 2 for now. Enter a laptop, we'll just do A, we'll do CPU we'll just do B, C, and D, and A. Oh wait, let me just clear this. We'll do A, B, C, D, and we'll do capital A, capital B, capital C, and capital D. And now there should be 2. Ah, I see, yeah. That was my fault. The reason that it did that because it overrode the capital A or capital B. So we'll do two again. We'll do A, B, C, D, and then we'll do E, F, G, H. And now we have A, B, C, D, and E, F, G, H, and we have them inside the dictionary. And what we can do now is to uh, make it a bit more easier for the user is print this and then do 1 2 amount plus 1 and we'll do F F F F and we'll do I. So what we're doing here is we're telling Python to start this for loop from the number 1 and go to the amount, but we have to do plus 1 since we're starting from 1. We have to do 1 extra because we added 1 here, so it has to be balanced. And then what we do here is we're adding I here, so what will it'll show we'll show it as 2. So up enter laptop 1, so A, B, C, D, and enter laptop 2, E, F, G, H. And now it's easier to read, easy to enter. So that's pretty much it for dictionaries. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. Watch out for the next video, and